Hi everyone. Today I am discussing about kinetic theory of gases, lecture 2 or part 2. So let's start. So first we have to learn about Maxwell distribution of molecular velocity and speed. The assumptions taken or involved in this derivation of Maxwell distribution of molecular velocity are: 1. That is, all the basic assumptions of kinetic theory of gases valid here. So the previous lecture I discussed about the postulates of the kinetic theory of gases. So all the postulates of the kinetic theory of gases are valid here. So next, if we consider a small volume element dV within gaseous system, the number of molecules entering per second in the volume element will be equal to the number of molecules leaving from the particularly volume element in 1 second. That is, the gas is isotropic in nature. That means all the physical quantity will be same for the gas, that is, the gas is isotropic in nature. Next, if the fraction of the molecule moving along x-axis with velocity range u1 u plus du in x-axis, that is equals to x1, along y-axis the velocity range v and v plus dv is equals to x2, and along the z-axis it with the velocity range w and w plus dw will be equals to x3. So where x1, x2, x3 are independent of each other. Fourth point says that if any external force of field is present within the gaseous system, the field will be uniformly distributed on the walls of the molecules. Otherwise, field will be totally absent. Next, distribution of molecular speed of gas assembly. The speed of a molecule of a gas changes continuously as a result of collision with one molecule and with the walls of the container. Thus, the net result is that one cannot speak of speed of an individual molecule, rather one must consider the average speed of the whole collection of the gas molecules. That means, if I take a gas vessel of oxygen gas containing oxygen gas, so there are molecules of oxygen gases. So as the molecules collide with other molecules and also with the gas vessels, so we cannot say the velocity of a particular molecule. We have to say the average velocity of the molecules. So we have to consider the average speed of the whole collection of the gas molecules. Next, since the observed properties such as pressure, volume and temperature of an isolated gaseous system do not change with time, it is expected that the same is also true in case of distribution of the molecular speed. That is, the fraction of the total number of molecules having speed between any definite range must be constant, even though the speed of an individual molecule may be changing as a result of molecular collisions. Next, nature of the distribution of speed. So if we consider a system containing n number of molecules, out of which dnc is the number of molecules present within a speed range c and c plus dc, where dnc by n depends on two factors. So one is dnc by n is proportional to dc, where dc is the infinitesimal speed interval, and dnc by n is also depends on the position of c, that is the fraction considered to be proportional to function of c square, where fc square is the function of c square, which is called distribution function of speed. So here dnc by c is proportional to function of c square. So if we combine these two, this and this, so we will get f dnc by n is proportional to fc square into dc. This is very much important. So here dnc by n, what is dnc by n? So dnc by n is also called the probability of finding molecule between the speed range c and c plus dc. Next, since the total probability of finding molecule within the speed range c and c plus dc is equals to 1, so if we integrate this value, integration 0 to infinity fc square into dc equals to 1, and from the mathematical integral value we can know that it is equals to integration of 0 to infinity x to the power n into e to the power minus bx square into dx. So two things are important. We have to learn about the value of b, and also if we take this thing from there, dnc by n is also equals to a into fc square into dc. That means here a is equals to a proportional constant. A is equals to a constant. So we have to remember about the constant a and the value of the constant b. So we have to learn about the value of a and b. I will discuss the value of a and b in the next lecture. So stay tuned for that, and table of the integral value is also very important. You have a screenshot, you can take a screenshot of this value. Thank you so much.